There you go, there you go.
Come on, really?
You see it? All right. Call that in, Rick. Welcome to this week's edition of General Hospital. That's the way it seems anyway. Man, what a year it's been as far as the injury bug is concerned. It has really jumped up and bitten us time after time, and again it happened Saturday with some of our key players. Boy, we're down to skin and bones right now. But you know, when you look at it, maybe what I really need, the kind of doctor, it's not Marcus Welby maybe so much as it is a week in a mental ward. Because, hey, it was not the injuries on Saturday that ultimately made the difference. It was the suicidal tendencies that our offensive football team had in the second half when we had a chance to still win the football game. We go out there in 4 of our first 6 possessions, and we shoot ourselves in the foot. We end up with 4 turnovers in our first 6 possessions in the second half. Now, against a good Texas Tech football team, you're not going to win playing that kind of football. It's just that simple.
16-7, the Raiders lead. Frogs 1st and 10 at their own 30. Fumble on the handoff. Ball is loose at the Frog 31 and recovered by Michael Johnson of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So it's a loss of 4, and it sets up 3rd and 9. TCU at the Raider 25-yard line. Rasco half roll left, gets a block, wants to throw. Throwing deep in the end zone, and the ball is intercepted in the end zone by Roland Mitchell, jumping in front of Reggie Davis. Giles stays at quarterback for TCU, and with a split backfield, a half roll right back to throw. Now he throws a little screen out here to Davis at the 39, and he's in trouble running away from it to the 30, to about the 28-yard line. And this ball's come out again by Davis. The Raiders think they've reclaimed it. Bobby Davis ran it back for what would be only about a 5 or 6 yard gain from scrimmage, if that. And they do have it back. 3rd down, 1 toss left. Bradford, Davis making. He fumbles at the 5, and it's recovered by Merv Skurlar. 15 seconds left in the game here in Fort Worth. This is going to be a big win for Texas Tech. TCU 1st down and 10 at the Raider 35, and Lemire throwing deep for Burnett, and the ball's intercepted.
As a boy, I remember growing up, Dad Wacker always used to say, hey, no matter how dark the clouds, you better always look for the silver lining. You better look for some of the good things that were there, and there were some good things on Saturday. Pat Bradford, a senior running back, finally got really his first big chance. He rushed for 72 yards. He completed a pass for 29 yards. Boy, was I ever happy for that young man. And there were 2 other players, 2 receivers, Jared Delaney, Reggie Davis. Boy, did they have a great day. Our quarterbacks, even though they were under tremendous pressure from Texas Tech, they threw the ball well. They completed 17 out of 25 passes. That's not bad, 225 yards. But the guy I can't get over is Reggie Davis. He caught 6 passes for 62 yards. He had 68 yards in kickoff returns, just 3 of them. And I'll tell you what, he is coming on, and he is developing into maybe the best, finest receiver that I think I've ever coached. And the 1-2 punch with he and Delaney right now is really something special. You know, with all the running backs out, we just may have to go to those 2 guys a little bit more in the future, because they are really something special.
It's 3rd and 17, and Rasco rolling right to throw. Has time, going downfield for Delaney, and the ball is caught at the 6. He's got a man to beat and is forced out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 3rd and 13 at their own 22. Split backs. Rasco half roll right to throw. Standing, looking, throwing, and the ball is caught short of the 1st down by Burnett. Tomini on the right side and Ford on the left. Split backs. Rasco play fake back to throw with a block, pump fake, throwing right to the tight end at the 28. Tomini out to the 35 and all the way out to the 43-yard line. Number 98, still Tomini. 3rd down and 12 for TCU. Rasco 3 out of 6 throwing the ball today, and here comes number 7. Looking to the left side, dumps it off underneath to a back at the 15 or to Davis, the flex end, and he's carried up around the 21-yard line. 3rd and 8 now from their own 12-yard line, and Rasco back to throw. Shovel pass forward to Davis at the 10, cut back 15, struggling at the 17.
Pitch pass goes to number 22.
Wishbone behind Rasco, but the fullback is a wide receiver, Delaney, and Rasco's back to throw, looking left. Underneath to Davis at the 21, upfield to the 30, breaking to the right with a first down across the 40 to the 44-yard line before Michael Johnson can get him. 10 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown, and the Frogs are at the Raider 40. Rasco to throw on first down. Underneath to Davis at the 32, upfield. Giles stays at quarterback for TCU, and with a split backfield, a half roll right back to throw. Now he throws a little screen out here to Davis at the 39, and he's in trouble running away from it to the 30 to about the 28-yard line. It is 2nd and 13, and Giles rolling right, being chased, throwing on the run. Davis with a catch at the 25, turns it down at the 21-yard line and wrestled out of bounds. Frogs look at 2nd and 7 at their own 23-yard line. Now Giles has been the quarterback most of the 4th quarter, and with a half roll right, gets a block from Davis, looking left, dumps it underneath for Davis, slips a tackle upfield to the 25, and wrestled down at the 26 inbounds. 3rd down for the Frogs. Giles, shovel pass. Higgs, room on the right side of the 40. Upfield to the 45. To midfield. Down to the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line of Texas Tech. Giles spinning left, throwing to Davis underneath, and stuffed after a 3-yard gain.
Reggie Davis.
2nd down and 8, TCU at the Texas Tech 39-yard line. Giles half roll right to throw. There's Davis at the 36. Downfield for a first down and tripped up at around the 27-yard line. 2:05 left in the game as Higgs comes back in, replacing Davis. 2nd down and 8 at the 25. Giles rolling right with a block from Bradford. Throwing back left. Delaney, touchdown. Right in front of Nixon. Giles executed that beautifully. He rolled to the right. He got a block from Bradford. And as he rolled to the right, he stopped, swiveled, looked left. Delaney had a half step running on James Nixon to the post, and Giles drilled it in for the touchdown. At its own 36-yard line now. Lanier with a toss right to Bradford. Option throw. Bradford throwing deep for Davis. It's caught at the Raider 35, and he falls down there. Halfback option pass from Bradford to Reggie Davis.
Going into the game, we knew Texas Tech had a great quarterback, Billy Joe Tolliver, with a cannon for an arm. And I'll tell you what, we remember him from a year ago. And he had a receiver by the name of Wayne Walker. And boy, Wayne's got great speed, and he got behind us a couple of times. He hurt us. He had a couple big catches. But overall, I think our secondary really played well. We limited Tech to 7 completions in 25 attempts. Now, that's not bad. And we had a couple cornerbacks that just keep getting better every week. Tony Brooks and John Booty. Boy, are those guys playing against the run, against the pass, you name it. They continue to improve, and as they do, our defense is going to continue to get better and better.
Here we see Billy Joe Tolliver, the Tech quarterback, underneath the center. He takes a 3-step drop. He throws it up long. Great play right there by Tony Brooks, number 15. Boy, I mean, he did that time after time. He is developing into one of the best corners we have ever coached. He is going to be something, and he's only a sophomore. That's the good news. Here again, we see a nice play by one of the corners. That's John Booty coming up. Might have been a reception there. Boy, that was awful close. A great knock loose, so, and boy, great play by number 11. Again, both those corners have the great speed, and Boy, as they get better, our secondary continues to get better. And boy, is that an important thing in turning this program around. Here we see really a long pass. And again, look, right on the money, Tony Brooks makes a great, great play right at the last minute. He's all over the football field. Here again, we see him go to the running game. Guess who comes up with the ball? There's the other corner, John Booty, number 11. Hey, I don't care if it's a pass or the run, what it is. Those guys are playing awfully good football for the Horned Frogs. Here again, Billy Joe Tolliver underneath the center. He drops back, three-step drop. He throws it up there down the sideline. Again, just an incredible play by Tony Brooks, knocking it away. Those kind of plays you can win football games with.
One of the frustrating things Saturday was we were not able to establish a running game the way we had all year. Going into that game, we were number 1 in the conference. We were in the top 10 in the nation in rushing offense, and we'd done a great job. The two guys responsible for that more than anyone else happen to be two big horses in that offensive line. W.C. Nix, a senior, and Brian Brazel, a junior. Two of the best offensive linemen I've ever had the privilege of coaching. Boy, have they fought hard and tough all year long in the trenches. And what a couple of great young men they are.
You go first, Brian. Go ahead.
No, Dub, I think you need to go first, man. You're dressed for the occasion. Why don't you go for it?
No, if it was looks or age, I'd go first, but we're just talking about sheer power and talent right here with you, Brian. You go ahead.
That's right, Dub. You are the best-looking guy on this campus, and you're probably the greatest offensive lineman in the conference, so I think you need to go first.
No, Brian, you know, it's kind of like the right-hand man of every guy. You know, you're my right-hand man, and you're what makes me today. You go ahead.
No, Dub.
Go ahead.
Come on, Dub.
No, really.
It's your last year. I want you to have it. It's all you.
No, Brian, you know, you got 2 years. You're the stud. You're going to be the stud. You go ahead. Okay.
Wishbone formation again. The fullback Burnett comes in motion left. Rasco play fake. Half roll left. Wants to throw. He's in trouble. Reverses field to the right side. Gets a block from Brazel. Turns it up to 35, 40. 45, first down to the 47-yard line. Rasco read nothing open. Reversed field right. Got a block from right tackle Brian Brazel and cut it up for a 13-yard gain and a first down.
I think what's helped a lot this year is just having a year of experience under my belt at the offensive line. Last year I was playing offensive line for the first time, and I went through a lot of hard times, but this year it's just things seem to click a lot better. We have some really great running backs, and they can sometimes make us look better than we really are up front. And the offense has really been working well with Rasco back there, working the offense, and it's really helped me look better. Plus, we got good, consistent linemen all the way across the front, so if, say, Jess Williams does his job, it makes my job a lot easier to get done. Usually, I prefer if I have a man over me. I like to block a guy that's a little taller and stronger rather than a guy who's a little shorter and lower to the ground, because they're a lot harder to get underneath, and they can get underneath and cause me a lot of problems, because, you know, if you have to get extra low on him, and I definitely like going against a guy who is definitely a taller person.
You always got to be a hard worker in the weight room, and you know, you got to be able to pay a little extra price to stay in the weight room a little longer, you know, to lift and stuff like that. And if you're an offensive lineman, you've always got to do that. But some other things I think that really has helped me out and, you know, help good linemen out, I think, is as an offensive lineman, a lot of times you don't get a lot of the glory. And it's got to come with inside. You got to have the heart, and you got to have the determination every play, you know, that knowing that you're just going to go out and your own personal satisfaction, you know, that's all you're going to get is your own personal satisfaction. You know, you're going to get out there, you make a great block, the running back breaks it for a touchdown, and then, hey, he's going to get the publicity, and, you know, he's going to get this and get that. But, you know, as far as my own standpoint, I get great personal satisfaction from seeing that kind of stuff, and you know, you just got to know you're going to be in the trenches every play, and that you just got to have the heart and the desire to want to play a position like offensive line. The best feeling I get is just like when probably as far as a team standpoint and stuff, as far as when my running backs and quarterbacks come up and tell me I've done a good job. And because, you know, I expect, you know, people to give the publicity to them and stuff, but it makes me feel good inside, and it makes me, you know, feel like I've accomplished something, and I know it does as an offensive lineman. If your quarterbacks and running backs come up and tell you you've done a good job or you've done a great job, and when they get, like TJ got the big yardage, you know, his first game, but he gave a lot of credit to us, you know, and just for them to go out and do that for us, you know, that from an offensive line standpoint, that makes me feel real good.
Well, I hope it's not a special situation, but these two guys definitely are unique. They're unique in their beginnings. Both of them come from a different type of past as far as their football careers are concerned. W.C. Nix being a transfer here, and Brian Brazel having started off on defense and moving to offense. What they do both have in common is that they are very competitive in nature. Their size are different. WC is not near as tall as Brian. You would probably classify WC as a little bit better athlete than Brian. But again, as I said, their competitiveness and their willingness to come out each and every day to become better football players is what make them the football players they are.
Had another outstanding game, and he's one of the leaders in the nation. That happens to be our punter, Chris Becker. He averaged 48.7 yards a punt on the day, 8 punts. That's incredible. And you know what really is incredible? His net for the season is over 40 yards a punt. Now that's doing one heck of a job, and boy, did he help at least keep us in the ball game. Didn't let it get any worse.
Jim Wacker sends out his sophomore punter, Chris Becker, who is among the top 15 in the country in punting, and he kicks it away to the exciting little Tyrone Thurman, who is 11th in the country in punt returns and had the big return against Texas last week. Becker gets this one up into the wind. Thurman drifts to his right, sees it hit at the 5, drifting to the end zone, but killed at the 1-yard line. Great kick coverage by TCU and a 51-yard kick by Becker. It was Tommy Sharp who killed it at the 1. TCU will be forced to punt for the 3rd time. Tyrone Thurman waits at his 20. A great kick by Becker. Mercy, it's back to the 7. Here's Thurman upfield. And tripped up at the 10, still on his feet, and now swarmed at the 11-yard line. Bill Tomini, the first down to get him. We also have a flag. So Becker has to punt, and he has another boomer. This one going to Thurman at his own 19, upfield to the 25, slips a tackle at the 27, still churning and stopped at that point. So we have 12:03 left in the first half with the Frogs leading the Raiders 7-0. That is a tackle for a loss, and it sets up 4th and 6 at the 5, and Becker's kick out of the back of his own end zone is taken at midfield by Thurman and coming left. And looking for a turn upfield, and he can't, and he's stopped for actually a negative punt return. Tremendous coverage by the man who snapped it, Doug Elms. And they'll have to punt again, and the Raiders will wait for it. Tyrone Thurman drifting back from his 30. Another great kick by Becker. Goes over his head and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. That's a 73-yard kick.
1986 has really been a tough year for the players, for the coaches, for the fans, as far as the Horned Frogs are concerned. We've had a lot of disappointments. But now, this weekend, it's going to be the University of Texas. And you know, we have 11 very special people that are going to be playing in that game. That's our 11 seniors. And they've done a great job for us throughout the whole year. They have provided the leadership that's helped this team stay together, that's helped this team give us a great effort week after week, even though we didn't play as well as we'd like to sometimes. And I can't think of anything more fitting for them to go out and have the memory of a great, great win over the University of Texas in their last home game right here in Amon Carter Stadium. Let's hope we can make it happen for those very, very special people. And one mistake, but other than that, doggone it, I'll tell you, the guy that made that mistake came back in the next play and made as good a play as it was all day. You didn't quit. Gave us a good effort. We just didn't play very well for whatever reasons. When that happens, that's my fault. That is my fault. Because offense was terrible. Whether it's play selection, or we're not doing things right or making the right adjustments, I don't know. Shoot, the way Bradford looked out there, one big change, maybe put him at quarterback. What do you think, David? Huh? He's pitching it, he's throwing halfback passes. But guys, there's no reason to cry about it. You walk out of here with your head tall. We got a great shot against University of Texas coming up this next week. And I know we can play a lot better than we played today. We have got to be able to protect the quarterback. I think that's probably what we broke down worse than any other area. Particularly in the first half. The back's got to block. We've got to hang on to the football backs. I'll tell you what, Bobby, your fumbles, it's because you were working, you were running hard, you were giving us an extra effort, you made a couple great runs. Again, when you're fighting for that stuff, that's going to happen once in a while. I know one thing, it's a lot better than last year. That's no savior, but it sure was. There's 2 weeks in the season left. 2 weeks to still make something special happen. We're going to come out tomorrow, good workout, good meetings. This doggone